auditions about becoming the new band leader or house band for The Tonight Show. To Jay Leno from Interpol regarding house band, February 17th, 2010. Dear Jay, we hear that Kevin Eubanks is quitting as band leader of The Tonight Show. We would love to be your new house band. Please let us know. Thanks. Signed, Paul, Daniel, Carlos, and Sam, Interpol. To Interpol from Jay Leno regarding house band, February 25th, 2010. Interpol! 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Hey guys, Jay Leno here. In case you were confused by all the fives, I like to start off my letters like I start my show, with a bunch of audience-pleasing high fives. Get it? The fives are above or higher than the text, making them high fives. Hopefully the fives never get hurt, although if they do, at least they can get some medical marijuana out here in California and still be high fives. Hey, that calls for some more fives. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Anyway, guys, thanks for your letter and interest in becoming the new house band here at The Tonight Show. I checked out some of your music on iTunes, and really, shouldn't it be called My Tunes? I mean, iTunes sounds like something out of a Tarzan movie. iTunes, Jane. And, I don't think it's a sound we're looking for. We have a pretty rock-solid reputation here at The Tonight Show for playing things safe and aiming 100% right down the middle. So, I'm not sure my audience is ready for a band whose sound is generally a mix of bass throb and rhythmic harmonized guitar with a snare-heavy mix. I got that from Wikipedia. I wasn't really sure how to describe you guys, and I don't even know what bass throb is, although it certainly sounds like something Tiger Woods probably felt after a night out with one of his mistresses. Oh, and speaking of great punchline, I just can't picture you guys delivering their post-joke chuckles like Kevin. Although I can't really picture anybody doing it as well as he did. Oh boy, I surely am going to miss the chuckle patch. In any case, thanks again for the interest. I've been getting a lot of inquiries, and I got to tell you, if I had a car for every band that wanted to be the new house band on The Tonight Show, I'd have 1/5 the amount of cars I currently have. Not sure if you know, but I'm known for liking cars, and I own a lot of them. Anyway, thanks again. If you ever play a show in LA, please let me know so I can be sure to tell some people who might like your music. Jay. Now, for this next one, I'd like to, since he's still here, bring Scott back up to read, because I've done a few readings in the past, and what I've discovered about doing the Jay Leno impression is that it's extremely hard to sustain it. I think we're all used to, hearing people do a really short burst of a Leno impression, and that's a lot different than when you try to read a whole long letter, let alone a bunch. It just falls apart. And I think to me the Jay Leno impression, it's a sprint. It's not a marathon. So I'm going to bring Scott up now and let him read the next letter and do his Leno impression.
I don't have a Leno impression, but I'm going to impersonate John doing it. To Jay Leno from Franz Ferdinand, Tonight Show, February 17th, 2010. Dear Mr. Leno, congratulations on getting the Tonight Show back. We are so sorry to hear that band leader Kevin Eubanks will be leaving after a few months. We would very much like to throw our hats into the ring of consideration to be the new house band at the Tonight Show. It would be an honor to join the likes of Doc Severinsen and Kevin Eubanks. Looking forward to hearing from you, Franz Ferdinand. To Franz Ferdinand from Jay Leno, House Band, February 26, 2010. Dear Ferdinand, before I get into the letter, I just want to assume that that I promise not to clap you up. Don't know if you remember those Hand the Friends routine from the Saturday Night Live. If you don't remember them or never saw them, the sketch was about two Austrian bodybuilders named Hans and Franz, and their catchphrase was, "We're going to clap you up." I put the word clap in parentheses because the two actors playing Hans and Franz would clap between saying pump and you up. It was very funny. The characters were modeled after Arnold Schwarzenegger and were played by Dana Carvey, church lady, and Kevin Nealon, Weeds on Showtime. In any case, I referenced it because your name is Franz. It's too bad you weren't named. Too bad you weren't around when they were doing Hans and Franz on Saturday Night Live. They could have had Kevin Nealon sit out that night. You could have taken his place, put on fake muscles under your clothes, and the sketch could have been called Hans and Franz Ferdinand. Or Kevin Nealon could have sat in on it, and it would have been Hans, Franz, and Franz Ferdinand. Either one would have been funny. And either way, your catchphrase could have been, "We just want to pump, clap, you up, Jacqueline." I have to admit, I don't really know your music. My assistant gave me a list of your songs, and that one seemed the funniest to incorporate into a catchphrase. Hey, speaking of which, it's too bad that the whole Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa, Barry Bonds steroid scandal wasn't happening when SNL was doing those characters. Imagine the funny pump, clap, you up jokes they could have done with about steroids. Yeah? Did you hear about this? Hey, speaking of steroids, I'm pretty curious as to how Mark McGuire does the St. Louis Cardinals hitting coach this year. Huh? Not only will he be able to offer the Cardinal hitters some pretty good advice on getting the bat on the ball, he'll also be able to give them some pretty good advice for getting the needle in the butt. Okay, on to the point of the letter. I'm sorry to say that I don't think your music is the right fit for the show. Speaking of which, do you record all the music yourself? There's a lot going on in the songs, and even though it's not my taste, I was impressed that one person could do it all. If you're ever in LA, I'd love to get lunch and clap your brain about that. Not really, I just wanted to make that joke. Jay.
Very impressive. Really good. It's hard. What do you think? The Leno.
I lost about a sentence in.
I was going to say yours fell apart real fast, and it was it was a little just this guy.
I think you got to go up and then you got to come back down.
This is a story I could share with you and not waste these people's time, but it immediately was reminding me of Scott and I did a show at Second City together a long time ago, and it was reminding me of the guy you did in the scene with the animal. I want to pet the animal. He played an old man. That reminded me of that. Look it up online. Maybe you'll find it. We're going to spend, just really quick, Scott and I are going to spend 5 more minutes just talking to each other about old times. So, yes, that was very fun. No, it was like we tried rehearsing it.
We did it like 10 times. We never put it in the show proper.
But we rehearsed it. Was I in it?
Yeah, you were.
Was I drive the
I was
Zamboni?
the father, you were the son. I was teaching you the business of Zamboni.
Oh, that would have been very fun to do.
No, we should do that sometime.
We should just to try it.
Okay.
All right. There's one, there's one final Leno letter. And does anyone want to come up here and read it? Do a Leno impression? Does anyone that I know want to be? No, he's nodding no. All right. Then I won't do it. All right, let's read this last one and wrap this up. To Rob Thomas. From Jay Leno, band leader. Hey Rob, Jay Leno here. Don't know if you heard, but I'm doing the Tonight Show again. And also don't know if you heard, but Kevin Eubanks is stepping down as band leader. Hey, speaking of don't know if you heard about this volcano in Iceland that's causing all these unprecedented flight delays and cancellations. Volcanoes in Iceland? What's next? Brett Favre personally retiring from football? I did a reading a few months ago, and people were actually they were like groans, like ugh, like I had written these genuinely. It was really, really depressing to try to think of these jokes, but super fun. In any case, I'm looking for a new band leader, a new house band, and I've been inundated with requests from bands and musicians that I either have no interest in or who are a bad fit for the show. I'm getting close to crunch time, and I'm feeling desperate, so I thought I'd reach out to one of my favorite musical acts and see if he had any interest. I think your musical sensibility would be a perfect fit for the show, and the money is amazing. The schedule is great. I'd let you leave to do any touring you wanted to do, and you could have guest band leaders. Basically, you're my number one choice, and I give you carte blanche. So what do you say, buddy? Are you in? Oh, hey, speaking of in, I just turned my taxes in yesterday. Do you know you get a tax break if your car is a hybrid? That's right. Yeah, I guess when Heidi Montag heard this, she said, that's great. Can I declare my breasts? Anyway, Rob, give me some thought and let me know ASAP. Thanks, Jay. I just fucked up saying ASAP. I said ASP. To Jay from Rob. Hey, Jay, no thanks, Rob. And then in invisible ink it says, ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba, but you can't see that part. All right, I'm going to read the epilogue to the book, and then we're going to say the end. The truth. The truth. If there is one thing I want people to come away with after reading this book, it is simply that, the truth. As stated in the title, this book is filled with 100% irrefutable truth. Just think about that the next time you listen to your favorite band. Yeah, you love their music, but what are they hiding from you? Why are they hiding it? When did they hide it? Where did they hide it? How did they hide it? Who are they hiding it from? The answer to the last question is simple. You. They are hiding it from you. Why? I don't know. I just asked that a few sentences ago. It's one of the questions you need to answer for yourself. Are Ray and Dave Davies really brothers? Is AC/DC really from Australia? Why is Ted Nugent a Republican? Why did Rick Ocasek write the song Just What I Needed when in reality he felt the exact opposite way? Was Jimi Hendrix's version of Hey Joe really about Joe Namath? Did Joe Strummer from The Clash really write down the titles for songs on the back of stamps, paste them to envelopes, mail the envelopes back to himself, peel off the stamp, and if he could still read the titles, he would write the songs? These are questions that will hopefully be answered in Volume 2 of this book. But first, that book needs to get pitched. Then it needs to get approved. And then it goes through several drafts. There's lots of editing, legal clearance issues, lunches with my editor. I also have a lot of other things going on, life in general. It keeps me pretty busy. I got a kid and also a dog. You saw her teeth. I have a diabetic cat, now dead. So it's hard to balance my time between work and family. We wanted to take a vacation this past winter, but, we didn't have the time. It was very frustrating. But we're going to aim for a nice trip in the fall. Not really sure where yet. I'd like to do a snowboarding trip. I haven't done that in a while. It's been about, I would say 7 years. So if I can, I'd like to aim for that. I'm sure we'll just end up somewhere sunny and warm, which is fine as long as I get to play some golf. Even around would be nice. It's just hard when you're traveling with a child. I'm not sure if anyone has kids here, but vacations with kids, it's hard. It's all worth it. It's like a vacation with your child. It's a microcosm of having children, but it's all worth it. Sometimes a hassle and sometimes not fun. It's just the way it is. I know that sounds harsh, but it's the reality. No greater joy. No greater joy. My point is, don't rely on me to bring you the truth, or actually do rely on me, since that will increase the chances of me getting to write another book and make a very, 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 very small amount of money. Don't wait. That's an obnoxious thing to say. I'm totally happy with this, in all sincerity. Don't wait for me to bring you the truth is what I meant to say. Take a trip to Norman, Oklahoma. Find out where Wayne Coyne lives. Rent a car at the airport. Get insurance for the car if you don't have your own car insurance. Or check with your credit card first, because sometimes they provide car insurance on rentals. And once you get the insurance figured out, drive to Wayne's house, knock on his door, and start asking questions. If you aren't satisfied with the answers he's giving you, ask more questions. Dig, prod, and don't leave until you get what you came for, even if you didn't know what you were searching for when you arrived.